What if the history books you know are all wrong? What if a single find beneath the Philippine soil could flip our understanding of humanity on its head? Imagine turquoise waves kissing over 7,600 islands, a land alive with song, sport, and ancient secrets. Welcome to the Philippines, where karaoke spills from street corners and basketball hoops rise between humble homes. Beneath its vibrant culture and rising economy, something astonishing has been stirring, ready to challenge every assumption about our past. The Philippines isn't just another tropical paradise. It's the only majority Christian nation in Southeast Asia, its streets echoing with Catholic hymns, while Mindanao's mosques speak to a deep Muslim heritage. The islands sit at the crossroads of cultures and empires, a tapestry woven through trade routes and colonizing navies. Yet, beneath the colonial layers lies a hidden world, older and richer than most scholars dared imagine. Get ready. This is where ancient mysteries surface to rewrite human history. Deep in the rugged heart of Luzon, scientists began dusting away centuries of detritus and found stone tools and butchered rhino bones that stunned the world. These artifacts weren't a few thousand years old, but a staggering 700,000 years. Evidence that early humans, or their cousins, were hacking massive beasts long before we thought they ever reached these shores. The discovery shook the ivory towers, forcing experts to rethink migration, sea crossings, and survival strategies of Homo erectus. Tools, carved from stone, lay scattered beside the cracked bones of a fallen rhinoceros, each chisel mark echoing the hands of an unknown hominin. No human bones survived, leaving nothing but questions and razor-sharp flakes. Did these early toolmakers drift here on storm-tossed rafts of mangrove logs? Or did they build crude watercraft, mastering the sea far earlier than we dared believe? Every shard of flint demands a new theory, each fragment a challenge to orthodox timeline. Fast forward 500,000 years, and a new star emerges from the limestone darkness of a remote cave. Homo luzonensis, tiny foot and tree-climbing adept, stepped into the limelight in 2019. Its bones, curved toes, chunky molars, and petite stature defy neat categorization. A mashup of archaic traits melded into something utterly unique. Here was a cousin who coexisted with Neanderthals, Denisovans, and even the hobbit-like Homo floresiensis. A real-life what-if carving its niche in the steamy Philippine jungle. These little hominins thrived where others faltered, adapting to dense foliage and island life. Their curved fingers hint at nighttime tree forays, gathering fruits and insects high above prowling predators. No cave paintings mark their presence, just the echo of bones whispering secrets. Every dig, every brushstroke peels back another layer of their oddball story, and each revelation invites more questions than it answers. Even more mind-bending is a humble plant discovered in 2014, Rhinorrhea nicolifera. This botanical oddity doesn't just tolerate nickel-poisoned soil, it drinks it up like a detox tonic. Leaves heavy with metal, roots reaching into toxic depths, then holy leaf of wonder plant. The metal can be extracted and repurposed. Imagine fields of green scrubbing polluted mines, offering a cleaner path to precious minerals. Comic book superpower born in real life, perched on a Philippine hillside. Yet this green hero teeters on extinction. Each tree felling, each habitat lost, risks losing the very key to sustainable mining. Will policymakers protect this leafy champion or let it vanish before we learn its full tricks? Hold your breath. The fate of greener futures may hinge on a plant most people have never heard of. Then there are the Angono petroglyphs, rock-carved messages stretching 63 meters across a cliff face. Over 120 etchings of humans, animals, and cryptic symbols speak of ceremonies and magic long before written language took hold. Those grooves are centuries-old tweets, updates from our ancestors carved in stone. Each line hints at rituals, community gatherings, and beliefs lost to time. Scholars can only guess at the meanings behind the carvings, but standing before them, you feel the pulse of prehistoric creativity. A world away, in Rizal province, a copper plate dating to 900 AD changed the narrative again. No royal decree, no epic poem, just a receipt for 865 grams of gold. It records a debt paid by a man named Namwaran, transferred to his daughter's name. A legal system trade networks, and written records all existed long before Europeans cast anchor in the archipelago. This tiny plate is a time capsule, proof of complex governance and commerce rooted in local tradition. And beneath Mount Kamantik, carved limestone graves hold millennia-old skeletons entwined with pottery shards and stone tools. These rock coffins, precise and somber, point to burial rites unknown anywhere else in Southeast Asia. The dead here were honored with craftsmanship usually reserved for palaces, not caves. Those cavities, dug into living rock, bear silent witness to a reverence for life and death far older than colonial chronicles. Further discoveries have uncovered entire villages of limestone tombs dating between 890 and 1030 AD. Once topped with ornate lids, these coffins lay looted by treasure hunters before experts could study them. Despite the damage, ceramic jars, metal tools, and human bones speak to a society both organized and spiritual. A civilization thriving, trading, and honoring traditions centuries before Spanish ships charted these waters. All these revelations share a common theme. They shatter myths of isolation. The Philippines wasn't a backwater refuge for wanderers. It was a crucible of innovation and diversity. Hominins crossed treacherous seas, plants evolved miraculous defenses, and ancient peoples carved stories in stone and metal. Each find is a punch to complacency, a reminder that the past is deep, complex, and endlessly surprising. Imagine what future digs might reveal. Submerged villages off coastlines now drowned by rising seas, fossilized footprints frozen in volcanic ash waiting to be found, microbial fossils in limestone reefs offering clues to Earth's earliest life. The Philippine archipelago remains a frontier for discovery, a chaotic jumble of land and water where time itself seems to twist. Skeptical minds might ask, are we overhyping bones and stones? Perhaps. But science demands bold claims tempered by evidence. And here, the evidence piles up so high it demands attention. Each new dig, each lab test, transforms speculation into history. No wonder global scholars now flock to these islands, drawn by rumors of lost worlds and hidden treasures. The story unfolding in the Philippines matters to every one of us. It teaches resilience, how species and societies can adapt to threats, from predators to climate shifts. It reminds us that modern borders and nations are fleeting constructs in the face of deep time. And it whispers that our own future may depend on lessons buried in the ground beneath our feet. A recent dive off the coast of Palawan uncovered an underwater city that challenges our ideas about sea levels and ancient coastal life. Divers mapped stone pathways, walls encrusted with coral, and pottery shards coated in barnacles. These ruins suggest an entire community once thrived where turquoise waters now lap. Carbon dating hints at structures built nearly 4,000 years ago, back when the shoreline lay much further out. If confirmed, this site would rival sunken cities elsewhere and force us to reconsider how rising seas erased human footprints. The implications stretch to modern climate debates, reminding us that coastlines can vanish, and soon. Meanwhile, high atop the peaks of the Sierra Madre, botanists found a moss that glows in the dark when exposed to moonlight. Unlike known bioluminescent organisms, this species doesn't rely on chemicals. It seems to trap ambient light and re-emit it. Local tribes have long whispered about ghost moss, guiding night travelers through mountain fog. Now, researchers are racing to decode its mechanism, dreaming of self-lighting fabrics or emergency signage that glows without power. If they can harness this natural trick, hospitals, roadways, and even camping gear could one day illuminate themselves, cutting energy use and saving lives. In the hidden valleys near Baguio, geneticists are piecing together the DNA of isolated tribes whose ancestors settled these mountains thousands of years ago. Their genomes carry ancient markers unseen in any other population, suggesting a migration route lost to history. These genetic signatures could unlock secrets about human adaptation to altitude, cold, and limited food sources. Imagine a breakthrough therapy derived from genes that protect against hypoxia or frost damage. Such discoveries could aid mountaineers, pilots, and even future settlers on high-altitude planets. Not far from those highline mysteries, entomologists catalogued a wasp that harvests spider silk to build nests tougher than Kevlar. Each nest resembles a woven ball, intricate and near impossible to tear. Biomechanics experts are studying the fibers, hoping to spin new materials for bulletproof vests or earthquake-resistant buildings. If they can replicate the wasp's silk weaving methods, industries from construction to fashion could be transformed. And it all started with a tiny insect in a forgotten forest grove. Deep in the caves of Samar, paleontologists discovered microfossils of aquatic creatures in a stalagmite. These minute shells, trapped in dripping water, reveal ecosystems that thrived when sea levels rose and flooded inland caverns. By analyzing their isotopes, scientists can reconstruct water temperatures and salinity from 500,000 years ago. This window into past climates offers clues about how modern oceans might respond to our warming world. Such data are priceless for climate models that guide coastal planning and conservation efforts. In Manila's university labs, a team has isolated a bacterium from volcanic soils near Mount Mayon that eats plastic waste like candy. Under microscopes, researchers watched colonies devour polyethylene films, breaking them down into harmless byproducts. Trials show promise for large-scale composting of single-use plastics, potentially easing the global pollution crisis. The key now is scaling up, engineering reactors that can host these microbes and process tons of waste each day. If successful, this tiny organism could star in a new chapter of environmental cleanup. On the remote island of Romblon, geologists stumbled upon a meteorite fragment bearing organic compounds previously seen only on distant asteroids. Laboratory analysis revealed amino acids with rare chirality, hinting at life's building blocks raining down from space. This find bolsters theories of panspermia, suggesting that life on Earth, or at least its ingredients, arrived on cosmic debris. Such evidence blurs the line between earthly biology and interplanetary chemistry, opening doors to astrobiology missions and extraterrestrial life searches. Researchers in Cebu have revived ancient grains found in burial jars dating back 3,000 years. After careful cleaning and planting, these grains germinated, giving rise to heirloom rice varieties thought lost forever. These ancient strains boast resilience to drought and pests, traits modern crops lack. If introduced into current agriculture, they could bolster food security amid climate change. Reviving these seeds reconnects us with ancestral farming wisdom and offers a tangible tool for feeding future generations. In the highlands near Davao, anthropologists recorded the last fluent speakers of a language undocumented by linguists until now. This tongue, filled with unique grammar rules and poetic metaphors, encodes generations of ecological knowledge about medicinal plants and weather patterns. As elders pass away, their words risk vanishing forever. Linguists and tech experts are racing to digitize vocabulary and oral histories before the last speakers fall silent. Saving this language preserves cultural heritage and may unearth wisdom on sustainable living honed over millennia. Finally, a team of digital archaeologists employed drones and LiDAR scanning to reveal a network of ancient terraces buried under dense jungle canopies on Mindanao. These tiered fields, carved into steep hillsides, suggest sophisticated agricultural engineering capable of supporting large populations. Rock walls, irrigation channels, and crop records hint at a bureaucratic system managing water and labor. This network rivals world-famous terraces in scale and complexity. Recognizing this achievement forces us to acknowledge that early Filipinos mastered environmental engineering long before modern technology. Each of these discoveries, sunken cities, glowing moss, genetic riddles, spider silk wasps, cave microfossils, plastic-eating bacteria, cosmic amino acids, ancient rice, lost languages, and jungle terraces, adds a new chapter to the Philippine saga. They remind us that innovation, resilience, and wonder often dwell in unexpected corners of the world. As we chase these revelations, we also confront our own assumptions about progress, diversity, and the ties that bind past to present. The surprises just keep spilling out of the Philippine earth, sea, and sky. In the fast currents off Tubataha Reef, marine biologists recently filmed a species of shark exhibiting a heretofore unseen courtship dance. Under moonlit waters, pairs swirl in synchronized loops, bumping heads like aquatic ballerinas. This ritual, never documented anywhere else, hints at complex social bonds and intelligence among creatures we once thought of as solitary hunters. If sharks can form partnerships and elaborate mating displays, what does that say about the hidden lives of ocean giants? Further north, along the jagged coast of Batanes, geologists uncovered a series of interlocking stone fish weirs dating to at least 2,000 years ago. These U-shaped barriers channeled spawning fish into narrow traps, revealing an intricate understanding of tides, currents, and fish behavior. Before modern nets or sonar, ancient Ivatan communities engineered these structures with such precision that they still guide fish through tidal ebb. It's proof that sustainable fishing practices have deep roots here, long before overfishing became a global crisis. Journeying inland to the crater of Mount Hibok, volcanologists found microbial mats thriving in superheated acidic pools. These heat-loving organisms, called extremophiles, metabolize sulfur and heavy minerals, hinting at bio-industrial applications, from bioremediation to biofuel production. If these microbes can flourish in 90 degc acidic water, they could inspire new ways to clean up mine runoff or generate energy in harsh environments. It's a vivid reminder that life adapts in ways we are only beginning to comprehend. In the shadowy karst landscapes of Sagada, researchers have finally mapped a labyrinth of underground rivers and caverns stretching for miles. Hidden chambers glitter with calcite crystals and house ecosystems of blind fish and cave crickets armed with uncanny sonar. Speleothem formations record rainfall patterns over hundreds of thousands of years. By analyzing their layers, climate scientists reconstruct ancient monsoons and droughts, offering crucial data for forecasting tomorrow's weather extremes. What once seemed barren rock now tells a vivid story of Earth's shifting climate. On the surface, in the rice terraces of Ifugao, anthropologists recorded an extraordinary revival of ancient irrigation chants. Elder farmers sing rhythmic invocations to encourage water flow through canals carved millennia ago. These melodic rituals synchronize communal labor and water sharing, ensuring every plot receives its fair share. It's not just cultural theater. It's a living water management protocol perfected over centuries. As modern irrigation systems falter under climate stress, these songs may hold the key to reviving sustainable agriculture in fragile landscapes. Off the southern shores of Mindoro, oceanographers using autonomous gliders detected plumes of nutrient-rich water rising from deep ocean vents along the Philippine Trench. These hydrothermal springs feed unseen ecosystems teeming with microbes and crustaceans that could harbor novel enzymes and antibiotics. If enzymes from these extreme environments can break down complex pollutants or fight drug-resistant bacteria, the implications for medicine and industry are staggering. The deep sea, once considered a barren wasteland, now emerges as a frontier of biotechnological treasure. Back on land, ethnobotanists in Samar documented an astonishing cache of traditional botanical remedies practiced by local healers. One vine, steeped in folklore as a cure for fever, contains compounds that show genuine antiviral activity in lab tests. Another shrub, used to treat wounds, promotes rapid tissue regeneration. These discoveries underscore the critical role of indigenous knowledge, often dismissed as superstition, in guiding modern drug discovery. Every leaf picked, every story listened to, could unlock treatments for diseases that continue to plague humanity. On Luzon's windswept ridges, engineers field-tested a prototype wind turbine inspired by bamboo's segmented structure. By mimicking bamboo's natural flexibility and strength, the design endures powerful gusts while capturing wind energy with remarkable efficiency. Early results suggest these turbines could outperform conventional steel blades in typhoon-prone regions, offering a resilient path toward renewable power in island nations vulnerable to extreme weather. Nature once again offers blueprints for sustainable innovation. In the coral gardens surrounding Apo Island, conservationists introduced lab-grown corals bred for heat tolerance. These hardy strains survived back-to-back bleaching events, demonstrating a possible lifeline for reefs worldwide. By selectively propagating thermally resistant corals, scientists hope to rebuild ecosystems ravaged by warming seas. It's a bold, if controversial, intervention, one that asks whether we can engineer resilience in nature faster than climate change destroys it. Meanwhile, in Manila's tech hubs, young Filipino innovators launched an AI-powered app that uses smartphone cameras to identify edible wild mushrooms and toxic lookalikes in real time. By tapping into a database crowdsourced from rural foragers, the platform empowers urban dwellers to safely explore forest edibles. It also creates a living digital archive of fungal biodiversity under threat from deforestation. Technology and tradition merge here, preserving knowledge and promoting food security in unpredictable times. High above in Zambales, astronomers pegged a bright gamma-ray flash to a magnetar flare within our galaxy, only the second ever detected from the southern hemisphere. This window into extreme astrophysics reveals magnetic fields a quadrillion times stronger than Earth's. Studying such events helps us understand the forces shaping neutron stars and the exotic matter locked within them. Every flash, every burst, paints a more complete picture of a universe far stranger than our daily lives suggest. Finally, the spirited dance of discovery echoes through every Philippine valley and reef, cave and crater. Each new finding, from shark ballets to bioluminescent moss, ancient irrigation chants to quantum-capable corals, feeds our collective imagination. The archipelago's mosaic of culture, biodiversity, and geology continues to challenge our scientific dogmas and spark entrepreneurial dreams. As you absorb these tales, envision the next frontier waiting to be uncovered. The world may think it knows, but the Philippines whispers, "Think again." So keep your eyes open and your mind skeptical, question what you think you know, and relish each new surprise. The Philippines still guards countless secrets waiting for curious souls to uncover them. And who knows, the next breakthrough that changes our world may sprout from a moss under the moonlight, a stone tool beneath a mango tree, or a drone's laser cutting through jungle shadows. Stay tuned, stay curious, and don't forget to subscribe, like, and share your thoughts in the comments below.